To this 1850 points game. It's Challenge the Scorpion, and it's a game we've been waiting for a long time. The Grey Knights have challenged the Eldar. So the Grey Knights, very, very, very powerful force on this channel, commanded by Ben, and they'll take on the channel leaders. That's the Eldar, pretty much undefeated. We'll see if they can dispatch this Grey Knight force. If they don't, then their position on the channel will be put into question. But we're fighting on this quite open ground here. Plenty of rock formations across the table, some scrub, trees, some jungle foliage, an old ruin here, some past civilization. But it'll be on this terrain that the Eldar will do battle with the Grey Knights. It's the first time encounter on the channel. We've never seen this game before. I don't know what's going to happen. Two quite small armies, highly powered, and we're expecting an intense game, and one where there'll be no quarter given on either side. It'll be fascinating to see. Eldar, Grey Knights coming up. Alright, welcome to this 1850 point Grey Knights against Eldar game. This is the Eldar army here. Right, so fast attack here. 5 warp spiders with Exarch there, twin link death spinners for him. 10 striking scorpions with Exarch there and Scorpion's Claw. They'll be inside a wave serpent with twin link scatter lasers, shuriken cannon underneath for them. And then inside another wave serpent, this one's got spirit stones and shuriken cannon on top, twin linked, and then underneath shuriken cannon as well. 5 fire dragons of Exarch, fire pike for him. Prince Uriel leads the force. Then 1 Crimson Hunter. We do have some air cover for the Eldar. 10 Howling Banshees with an Exarch and Executioner for her. And then the dreaded Wraith Knight is in the force of Sun Cannon, Scatter Shield. Should be handy against Grey Knights if we can keep it alive. And two Wraith Lords with Ghost Glaives, Bright Lances and Flamers. And then finally 2 troops choices, 2 units of Eldar jet bikes, not upgrades for them. But that's the force. It's a bound army. It's seen many a victory and it's crushed many an opponent, but they're up against a new foe here, and it's one that we're not going to underestimate, the Grey Knights.
This is my 1850 point Grey Knight list. I have a Vindicare Assassin, Caldor Drago, Librarian at level 3, and his powers are Invisibility, Psychic Shriek, Shrouding and Hallucination. 5-man Paladin squad with Brotherhood Banner and Psy Cannon and Demon Hammer. Nemesis Dreadnought with Heavy Incinerator and Gatling Silencer. The second one has a Nemesis Greatsword with Gatling Silencer. A Storm Raven gunship with las cannons, Storm Strike missiles and Typhoon missile launcher. Standard 5-man Terminator squad with silencer. Another standard Grey Knight squad with silencer and Demon Hammer.
Okay, so if you've watched previous episodes, it's an army that we recognise. It's one that bets pure Grey Knight here. There's no Imperial Knight, so he's not going to be able to blame any allies in this one. It's pure Grey Knights. It's a nice force, and it definitely performs well, but will they be able to topple the Eldar from their throne? So the scenario is the Scouring, and it is Dawn of War deployments. The Eldar will be deploying in this area here, just measuring 12 inches in with the dice, so you can see the line of dice running up there. Then coming across, the Grey Knights will be deploying in this area here, 12 inches in. There's 6 objectives on the table for Scouring, and they'll have random values or roll up for those just before the game gets underway. But Eldar are going to deploy first here, and then they will go first unless Ben seizes the initiative. Right, so deployment for the two forces, both sides not putting too much on the table. A bit of caution shown from both sides here. But the Wraith Knight is on, looking out across the table here. The two Wraith Lords at the back, and then the Wave Serpent here with the Fire Dragons and Prince Uriel inside. It's all empty around here. A lot of objectives to grab. We'll run through those in just a moment. Then come around here, no Grey Knights on the table, just 2 Nemesis Dread Knights here. And you can see there the line of sight is blocked, but you can just about see the Wraith Knight there, possibly. So that's deployment done. So for Ben here, deep striking with these 2 units of Terminators coming on from reserve with the Storm Raven, and then the Paladins have been joined by the Librarian and Drago. They will be deep striking as well. Right then, for the Eldar, flanking with the Scorpions and the Wave Serpent, deep striking here with the Warp Spiders. Those guys are inside the transport. They'll be coming on from reserve, along with the 2 jet bike units, and as well as the Crimson Hunter. So what you're seeing here is 2 armies that have been very well refined after a lot of different games, but they've never clashed before. That'll be the fascinating thing about this game, and also the fact that the number 1 spot on the channel could be decided here. So it's a fascinating encounter here. So objectives, we've rolled up here the values. There's 6 of them. They have random values which we've rolled up for now. 3 points here for this objective, so it's an important one. 4 points for this objective. So these 2 ones that are in the open will prove to be the most important in the game. 3 points here as well. So the 3 highest ones are reachable from the Eldar deployment zone. Coming around, there's one just here in the ruin that's worth 2 points. There's one just here in the open, 2 points, and the objective that Ben is sitting on is only worth 1 point. So Grey Knights will definitely need to move out, and the Eldar will need to manoeuvre as well. There's plenty of objectives up for grabs. There's one unit we've forgotten. It's a sniper. He's taken up position in a brilliant spot just here. Ben always chooses a good spot for him. The Vindicare Assassin has sneaked up during the night, just preparing to shoot that highly powered rifle at a target. No doubt the Wraith Knight will be the main target. Interesting, the Wraith Knight, really need to watch him. The game may well hinge on how well he does. We'll have to see which side will be aggressive. I think both sides will. We're going to go on to the first turn of the game. Right, so the Eldar here, we choose who goes first or second, and we will choose to go second. And we don't want to seize initiative, so we will go straight into Grey Knights, turn 1 coming up. There's no night fighting, we both agree we don't want it. So it is broad daylight here as these 2 forces collide. So moving for the Grey Knights on turn 1, and I forgot, but they're allowed to arrive on turn 1 from reserve. So deep striking, is that where they wanted to land? Yeah, exactly where they wanted to land there. With this unit, Drago and the Librarian have landed just here, quite close to the Eldar. So Ben, without hesitation, is taking the fight to the Eldars, no doubt about that. Dreadnought moving up in support as well. Then coming around, Grey Knight spreading around across the table. It's going to be interesting. It's not going to be a fight all in one area. Grey Knight Terminator's turning up just here onto a 3-point objective. So it looks like he's going after objectives quite early on in the game. Fascinating, really. And then in this corner, wanting to land here but scattered 12 inches and by a very small amount of Kroot's Whisker, he's managed to keep himself on the table. And then coming across here, the other Dreadnoughts holding the 1-point objective. So seizing objectives straight away, but there's plenty of turns left in this game. We'll go on to the psychic phase now for the Grey Knights. We'll see what they can do on turn 1. Yeah, right, we're just rolling up here. Ben's rolled a 666. He's trying to put Shrouding on the Dreadnought there. I'm not going to try and stop it when you get 3 dice. He's
rolled a 6.
Oh. That's all right, Ben's just rolled there. He's passed his leadership check, so no damage done. Shrouding has been cast on the Dreadnought here, and then he has now gained Smash and a 3+ invulnerable save, and Armour Bane and Flesh Bane on him. So he may well need it if he gets attacked. But it's gone well so far. Next power.
Invisibility on the Paladin, so...
Invisibility. Ah, right, okay. And...
That's cast
on 2.
You need 2 6s.
Alright, we'll try and stop this. Well, yeah, we'll try and stop it. And we fail. Right, so that's invisibility on them. They're going to be a difficult target to try and wheedle out. They pretty much can go wherever they want. And as long as he keeps casting those kind of powers, then it's going to be hard to get rid of them. Next, here's some dice left on them. Right, okay, and he's just cast Force there as well. It's a pretty good round. No damage done to us, but some good enhancements and protection going on there. So the Grey Knights beginning to protect each other there with their psychic abilities. But that's psychic phase done. Going to go on to shooting now for the Grey Knights on turn 1. Right, so shooting phase, Ben just running here, shifting over onto the objective just there. Running here with this unit as well. Right, Vindicator shooting here. Ben's hit on a 5. I take it's the Wraith Knight you're after. Yeah. Alright, okay. What shot is it?
Turbo Penetrator.
A Turbo Penetrator. Right, that's actually a nasty...
It's AP2.
It's AP2. Right, so wound me then? A 2?
10. Strength 10.
Oh, 2's to wound, yeah. Yeah, strength 10, toughness 8, so that's a wound. So we have to... Invulnerable save it.
Of what? Just 1 dice?
Yeah. 5+. No.
No. Yeah.
Feel no pain. Oh, it's a cocked dice. No, that's not. That's a 4. So D3 wounds here. You could half kill it if he rolls a 4, 2 wounds from that assassin. He's nasty. No wonder Ben includes him in the army. He's bypassed the defensive armour of the Wraith Knight here, has inflicted 2 wounds at an excessively long range. Very, very good indeed. Alright, so shooting done. Psycannon firing here. 1 hull point. There's a glancing hit on the Wave Serpent. Other than that, no damage. And snap firing, yeah, we jinked. So the Eldar being attacked straight away. The Grey Knights, everything is actually on the table apart from the Storm Raven. All the Grey Knights are here. Now they're spread out across the table, but it's tactical from them at the moment. And that nasty assassin letting off a shot all the way across the table here and inflicting 2 wounds on the Wraith Knight. That's going to be tough. I thought the Wraith Knight would be hard to kill, but it's 1/3 dead already. And if it falls, then surely the Eldar hearts will sink in despair. So we will go, it marks the end of the first turn, we will go on to Eldar turn 1. They need to respond and they need to be swift. They are being hunted here by the Emperor's finest. for the Eldar on turn 1. Pulling away here, there's no way we're going to try and take on the invisible Death Star unit that Ben has with a Dreadnought and support, but I don't think so. So we're pulling around here, just trying to preserve ourselves till our reserves arrive, because Eldar are heavily outnumbered at the moment. 2 Wraith Lords pulling off 6 inches here, shifting in this direction, Wave Serpent moving around. That will shift again in a moment. And then the Wraith Knight moving along the table edge here, and he's got a target. Either try and take out the Assassin. Yeah, that is a priority, or try and take on the Grey Knight Terminators here. We'll have to see. So we're going to shooting now for the Eldar on turn 1. Right, so we're just rolling up here. We've decided to fire the Sun Cannon. I'm glad we've got that weapon at the Assassin here. We've got 2 hits, 2 wounds. So Ben has 4+ cover +1 for his stealth. So, oh no, he's passed. So we've got a bit of a duel going on here, a long-range duel, and at the moment, the Assassin is winning. The Wraith Knight's starting to take some wounds. So we will now go into the second turn for the Grey Knights. Just got a bit of movement here, actually, some run moves to do here with the transport and with the Wraith Lords. Right, so that's that movement done. We've just shifted over here, 2 inches with this Wraith Lord, 4 inches with this one, and then over the top here with the Wave Serpent. Just keeping a healthy distance from these guys. We will now go on to turn 2 for the Grey Knights. We'll see if the Storm Raven turns up. If it does, then all the Grey Knights are on the table. Ben's actually rolling now. On a 1? No air support yet. So, Ben's just moving here. Difficult one. The Eldar on the back foot already. Grey Knights being very, very aggressive, even against the Eldar. It just shows the potential this army has. Eldar just need to be careful at the moment. We've still got more than half of the army still to arrive, so it's about damage limitation. But we're used to being on the first few turns, usually for Eldar, don't go too well, and then they sort of pick up as the reserves start to arrive. But Grey Knights well spread across the table. Good strategic position, and thanks to the Assassin, they're starting to pull out some good shooting as well. Right, so moving with the Grey Knights on turn 2. Both Drag Knights starting to close in. It looks like the Eldar are being herded here by the Grey Knights. 1 Dread Knight down here. The other one's swinging around in the centre now, so he's off the objective and on the attack. Then Drago's unit just moving in this direction. So maybe Ben sensing he needs to take advantage of it in the early stages of the game to dish out as much damage as possible before the rest of the Eldar begin arriving. Just tucking more into the ruin here to gain that cover save, and then just tucking into the woods here. So we get the impression that Ben's target priority is the Wraith Knight. If that goes, it will blunt the long-range firepower capability of the Eldar. We'll see if it can survive. Another assassin shot is going to come flying through. But first is the Psychic Phase. Right, okay, so Psychic Phase finished, we didn't block anything. So invisibility here, yeah, Force here, and Shrouding on him. So another good successful phase, but perils here with the Librarian and Wound has been taken. So it's cost him a bit of brain power to do it, but he's working overtime here to protect the Grey Knights, and the noose is beginning to close in here on the Eldar. This is going to be tricky. So we will go on to the shooting phase now for the Grey Knights on turn 2. Right, so shooting for the Grey Knights here. Just a run move here from this Dread Knights, moving round the corner here after the Wraith Lords. Ben moving this direction here. The Paladins are on the hunt here, searching through the caverns for Eldar. The Eldar here, just around the other side. Then shooting here with a template weapon, tried to get a glancing hit. No damage done on the Wave Serpent. A run move round here from the Grey Knight Terminators. They're just shifting in this direction. And then Ben has just fired here with his turbo penetrator shot, and got a hit on a 5. Don't get a 1. He gets a 4, so it's another wound. Right, we need to pass some of these saves here that are coming through, otherwise we're dead. So 5+ invulnerable save. No. Feel no pain. Yes. Oh. Alright, okay, so Feel No Pain saved us there. It's scary stuff really, those shots coming. We've got to get rid of him, and then the Wraith Knight will be a little bit freer to choose other targets. But that's shooting done. The Eldar have got off lightly here. Actually, no damage done at all. But again, Grey Knight's in a good, strong position and on the hunt for the Eldar. But will the hunters become the hunted? We'll go. Ben's just dropped his tape measure. The nerves are settling in here. Right, so we will go on to Eldar turn 2. Potential for plenty of reserves to turn up for them, and the shape of the game could radically change. So movement for the Eldar on turn 2. They hatched their own plan in response. Ben is fighting against an ancient race here that has had millennia of practice in battle, but no, he's not put off by that. So the Scorpions have turned up. They've stayed inside their transport. We've gone on 12. The two Wraith Lords moving up in this direction. We're going to try and engage the Dreadnought here in shooting, at least. Uriel stayed inside the transport and he's sent out the dragons to lend some fire support. Wave Serpent coming up behind as well, so multiple shooting that can go through there potentially. The Wraith Knight moving up 12, heading in this direction, but it's been supported now by some Warp Spiders that have turned up where we wanted them to, and then also the Banshees as well. I think this is about the best spot for them. They're not really suited for this kind of game, but they can do some damage, possibly. We'll go on to the shooting for them now. Crimson Hunter didn't turn up, and neither did the jet bikes, but that's worked out well for the Eldar. That's what we wanted. So we'll go on to shooting now for the Eldar, see what kind of damage we can do on turn 2. Right, so shooting for the Eldar, we've just done a run move of these. We're going to do battle focus. They've gone 4 inches ahead. That's put them all within pistol fire range of the Grey Knight Terminators. So the Exarch here, she still gets her pistol. She hits, and then the other ladies, freeze for them. Pretty good, can't complain. Now, 6s we want, they'll be at AP2. This Shuriken roll. We've got 1. So I'll spend to make an invuln save of 5+. No, so that's 1 Terminator brought down. And then 4 saves of 2+ for the others. Got another one. That's calculated there. We thought the Banshees might be able to do that with their pistols. So 2 Terminators brought down. Now we've got to think carefully. That assassin needs to go. Right, so next, the Warp Spiders. We have done battle focus with them. They've shifted just an inch, and they put themselves within range of the assassin here. This is a crucial roll coming up. So twin linked with the Exarch, yes, and then 8 shots with the others. they will need 2s with our formation. They've all hit. That's the aspect host formation coming in handy there. And then 6s are good. Wow, that's incredible. So, and we're at 2s to wound anyway against Ben's initiative. So the assassin has to make. Oh, no, it's all cover, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's all cover. You may as well roll the whole lot, even if it's AP2. So he's fouled 1, and these are the AP2 shots, but he's going to get the cover for it anyway. And it's double 1. I think the assassin is no more. No feel, no pain. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is dead. 3 wounds is enough. The assassin's gone. And that's from a pistol fire from the benches and those pesky warp spiders turning up. So it was a key unit to take out there. Do the rest of the shooting here for the Eldar. Right, just firing the sun cannon. I've actually seen a shot over at that squad at the far end of the table. We've got 5 hits in total, a couple scattered, but 5 hits, 2s to wound. Yeah, 3 saves. Either get the cover of the building, yes, and that is 4+. Ben will take that. So 3 saves at 4+, because it's AP2. Double 1, 2 Terminators brought down there from the sun cannon. There, so it's going well for the Eldar this turn at least. Right, so shooting for the Eldar. Now shifting our attention over to this side of the table, and we've focused in on this Dreadnought. Has he got any protection, visibility, shrouding? Not this turn.
2 up save.
5+ invuln. Right, okay, let's try and prise him open. Wraith Lord here. It's a direct shot, there's no cover. 3 is a hit, and then 2's for a wound. Yes. So 1 5+ invuln. Actually hit with a Bright Lance once. No. So 1 wound taken so far. How many wounds? 4 to get through. So it's a start. The other Wraith Lord, he'll fire through the cover. Ben will get 5+, but he has a 5+ invuln anyway. And we miss on a 2. Try and battle focus with these just to get him a bit closer. 3 inches is fine. That tucks them just in there. Right, so we shoot here. Not all of the dragons are in. 3 of them can. 1's out, and then we've got the fire pike. So we'll fire these. 3 dragons hit. 2 hits, and then the fire pike guy. He hits. We'll roll him separate. 2+ to wound. Yes. And then 2s to wound. These. That's right, so 2 saves. Ben can use the cover going through for any unit or his own invuln save. 5s or 6s. He's passed both. Well done. Very, very well done. So that's good going from Ben. Right, so Wave Serpent, see through the gap here. So Twinglink, Shrieking Cannon. He hits. And then we also have the Shrieking Cannon underneath. That one just gets 1 hit. Then we're at Strength 6. Toughness 6, triple 6. So that one fails. Those are at AP2 for shurikens, so 5+ invulns or cover. He fails 2, so 2 more wounds knocked up there. It's a good supporting fire from the Wave Serpent. Right, so shooting done for the Eldar, just doing a jetpack move. Only 4 inches fallen back by the warp spiders. They could be in a bit of trouble if Ben decides to chase them. Then we saw the shooting done. Assassin's gone, 2 Terminators gone. 2 Terminators gone over the other side as well. And then quite significantly, 3 wounds knocked down on this Dreadnought. So it's been a successful Eldar turn, that's for sure. First blood to them. And the Grey Knights have taken some casualties. So that marks the end of turn 2 for the Eldar. The game's starting to mix up nicely now. We're going to go on to turn 3 for the Grey Knights. Right, so movement for the Grey Knights. They're certainly not giving up yet. They're starting to manoeuvre here. So pulling out with the Dread Knight around this side. So the Hunter has become the Hunted. And then round here, attacking with this Dread Knight around the corner. We're revolving around this big rock. But he's moving around here, ready to assault the Wave Serpent. That actually has scorpions inside at the moment. And then Drago and the Librarian are leading their force around the rock as well. Eldar, we've got to be careful, they don't get cut off. They may well have to evacuate from this area. And then come around here, it looks like Ben is going to assault the Warp Spiders, so we may well see the end of them. And they're moving up in this direction with the 3 Terminators here to seize the 2-point objective. So game's certainly not over. You rolled a 1 again, so Stormraven has not turned up. No air cover for either side at the moment. The Eldar are going to probably try and keep the Crimson Hunter off as well. We're going to go on to Psychic phase now, and Ben's just rolled a 6, so expect to see a good display of psychic abilities. Okay, so we've not tried to stop it. Ben has got Hammer Hand on these. He's on +2 strength, so they're gearing themselves up to reap a revenge against the Warp Spiders here. Then Force just cast on here. We're not going to try and stop that, so Force on the Dread Knight here. Okay, he's going to try and do Shrouding here. Cast on 1, we'll stop it with our 6. Yes, we do. On 666. Okay, Ben said he wanted us to try and block that one. He's now going to try and put invisibility on the Paladins. Should I easily do this? Yes. Okay, so they're invisible. Okay, right, and just to finish off, Hammer Hand cast. Force and Hammer Hand on there. Okay, so that's Psychic phase done. Ben just powering himself up, ready to assault. So we'll go on to Shooting phase now. For the Grey Knights, there's a few things that Ben can shoot here, so we'll see how well he does. Alright, so Ben deciding not to fire here, otherwise we would flicker jump out of the way, so no shooting from them. But over here, all of the Fire Dragons hit by this Flamer weapon, and both the Wraith Lords as well. So 5 dice, yeah, for that one. 2s to wound, 4. We do get 3+ armour. Ooh, failed on 2. It's 2 wounds coming in, 1 Fire Dragon killed, and then the other one is actually the Exarch. So we're going to try and save him on a 4+. Failed, so an instant death, so he's actually dead. Right, so they're Soul Blazed. We'll just do morale for them. A 1, yeah, and a 2. Fine, they're happy with that, even though they're on fire. Toughness 8, so 2. First one, 6, no, and this next one, no. So no wounds on the Wraith Lords, tough enough from them. AB dash, right, so 3 more wounds coming in here, and that's from the Gatling Silencer. Whoa, past there with 2 6s and a 3. Right, so shooting done here, just moving up 3 inches with the Grey Knight Terminators here, just moving on to that 2-point objective. We're getting very close to it at least. And then coming around, we saw the Fire Dragon set on fire. We've got to resolve that Soul Blaze there, and then shifting a few inches here with the Wounded Dread Knight, and a few inches here as well. Moving on to the 3-point objective there with Drago and the Librarian's unit. So we have assaults to do. Alright, so we just checked there, rolled up. It's a 2, so Soul Blaze has gone out on the Fire Dragons. And we're going to let Ben roll here to see if he can get within charge range. We'll do Overwatch, but we'll let him roll here just to see. If he does make it 7, I think so. Right, so yeah, 7 inches Ben's miles, and it was about 5.5. So twin linked here with the Exarch. Yes. Reroll. Yes. God, the Exarch is some guy. Then, so that's 2 hits, and then the other shots coming in, 8 of them. We just want a good number of 6s, and we can cause a bit of trouble before we die. There's another one. Okay. So now he were on 2s to wound against his initiative 4, and then 6s again would be really good. No, right, so 3 saves. So if Ben gets a 111, there'll be no charge. Oh, killed 1. Well done, Warp Spiders, but have a combat here. They don't stand much of a chance. We just resolved combats here. We did no damage, and then Ben killed 3 of the Warp Spiders. We passed around automatically via resolve, but we then did hit and run, and we went 4 inches. Then Ben's just turned around, consolidating, facing off against the Warp Spiders there. Strange old things to fight against. They've been able to escape the clutches of the Grey Knight Terminators there. That marks the end of turn 3 for the Grey Knights. Ben's saying the game's about even. I'd have to agree. Both sides doing well. I thought it wouldn't be a walkover for either side. I knew it'd be a tough game, and it's balancing out quite well at the moment. But it is vicious fighting, desperate stuff, and very high-powered elite sort of units taking each other on and causing a good amount of damage. We're going to go on to Eldar turn 3. We'll see what they can do in this next turn coming up. Right, so moving for the Eldar on turn 3. Some pretty good manoeuvring going on here. The Crimson Hunter has turned up, it's come on, and then the Vector Dancer has shifted round to try and finish off the Dread Knight here. Jet Bike's come on just to lend a bit of fire support as well. Then turning around and coming in this direction, 6 inches of both of the Wraith Lords. Fire Dragon's moving up as well to try and fire at the Dread Knight. The Wave Serpent of Uriel inside, that's going to lend some fire support as well. And then this Wave Serpent moving out to 12 inches, that has the Scorpions still inside. Dread Knight moving up on top of the rocks here to fire down. And then round here, I'm going to try and mop up these 2 Grey Knight Terminators. Jet Bikes coming on from behind, Warp Spiders pulling away, and the Banshees swinging around. They fancy their chances to shoot them with pistols again, and then to get them in combat. All being well. So chance here for the Eldar to try and pick on a number of the Grey Knight units. We'll see how effective we can be with our shooting on turn 3 coming up. Right, so we'll do Jet Bikes first. So they will get twin-linked shuriken catapults. Rapid fire. So we get to reroll here. All hit. And we want 6s are good. Got 1 6, that's at AP2. 5 yet. No, Ben has rolled his invuln save there. Well done. So it is down to the Crimson Hunter. So 4 shots. So we'll just roll them all here because they're the same when it comes to shooting at that. So at 2s, they will hit. Be at 2s to wound. Yes. So Ben has 4 invulnerable saves to make. He needs to pass all of them. No, it's gone. So well done, Crimson Hunter's picked off a Dread Knight there. Hate those things. One of them is now gone. Now we're going to try and focus on this Dread Knight here. The Eldar are starting to pick apart the Grey Knights here in a very cold and calculating fashion. So this Wraith Lord, 3s to hit, 2s to wound, failed. This Wraith Lord, failed to hit. That's not too good with them Bright Lancers. We'll see what the Fire Dragons can do. But first of all, we will battle focus with them. 4 inches. Yeah, we needed that just to get them a little bit closer. They're now within 12. So 2s to hit. Yes. 2s to wound at strength 8. Yes. So 3 invulnerable saves to make of 5+. So 5+ invuln. He has shrouding, which is 5+ as well. He's passed 1, but 2 wounds dealt out there on the Dread Knight. So some wounds being knocked up. Okay. See what the Wave Serpent can do here. Shuriken Catapult underneath. 2 hits. Then Twin Link Shuriken Catapult on top. Reroll. Very good. 6s here will be excellent. 4s to wound. Yeah, so Ben has 1 invuln save to make of 5+. Yes, and 2 regular saves of 2+. Oh, he's passed them. Okay, some pretty good rolling there. Right, yeah, so 3 hits. We've just rolled up here for the scatter with the Sun Cannon coming in. So 4s to wound. Yeah, 2 wounds. It's 2 invuln saves. It's at AP2. If Ben fails these, he's past 1 on a 6 there. So another wound dealt out, but it's not enough to bring that thing down. It still lives, but gravely damaged by the Eldar there. Right, jet bikes here. We'll try and fire at the back of the guys there. 6 shots. Twin linked. So that was a 3 there. That's hit. Okay. 6s are good. 2 saves, a 2+. Should pass these okay. Yeah, it's fine. Right, so we'll now do the Banshees firing their pistols. So there is the Exarch. She hits. And then 9 others. Then he frees. And then 4s to wound, 6s. Yeah, so Ben's got 1 invuln save of 5+ to make, which he passes, and then 2 saves of 2+. He's getting his rolls here, well done. Ah, very, very good indeed. Right, it's down to the warp spiders now. We'll fire them. Twin linked here, those 2 have hit, and then 2 shots from the other guy. He's hit with both actually, ballistic skill 5. 6s are good again. 2s to wound this time. Double 6. So 2 invuln saves to make. He's killed 1. And then finally 2 saves. Gone. Thanks to the warp spiders, the cheeky monkeys that they are. Right, so Jetbike's just doing the Jetbike move. And just attacking back there. That's good going there from the Eldar. Good shooting. Grey Knights removed from here. There's still a unit just tucked around there on that objective. But Eldar picking on units here and beginning to take them apart. But still a sizable chunk left of the Grey Knights. There's still their air cover to turn up as well. But that marks the end of the turn. There's no assaults. No. I'd say no assaults to go. Unless this Wraith Lord charges in. I wonder. Yeah, we'll roll up here. If we get a double 6 or something, we may have a combat. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Right, so we've just done a little jetpack move there, and that is it. That marks the end of Eldar turn 3. It's been pretty good. We have to agree the Eldar have the upper hand at the moment. Yeah, well, Ben's saying still some fight left. There's no doubt about that. We'll see what he does. It's definitely going to be a crucial turn for the Grey Knights. They've taken casualties, and it's important now that they strike back. Ben's got to think and launch some kind of plan. There's multiple Eldar units on the table. Who's he going to go after next? We'll have to see. But turn 4 is coming up now for the Grey Knights. So movement for the Grey Knights. They do still have a few tricks up their sleeve here. The Terminators or the Paladins here with the Librarian and Drago sitting on the objective and then just preparing to fire down here at the Eldar units. They're going to be very, very hard to eliminate. We'll see what we can do about them, but it's going to be difficult with those protective psychic powers. And they're wondering where the Dread Knight's gone. In a shunt move, he's gone way across the table here and has turned up here. Looks set to burn out the Banshees and their Warp Spider friends. So good move from Ben. He's picking targets here, like the Eldar have been doing, and he's going to try and take them out. It's on 1-1 left, it's perhaps a bit of a suicide mission for them. Then the Flyer has come on to lend some fire support. Remember that Wraith Knight is on 2 wounds. And then down here the Terminators have moved out to try and assault the Wave Serpents. So the game is not over yet. Remember, we asked Ben and said, if the Eldar got the advantage. And he's saying, we'll just have to wait and see. And it looks like the Grey Knights have a chance here to cause some, or a fair amount of trouble for the Eldar. We'll see what happens. We're going to go on to Psychic phase now for the Grey Knights on turn 4. Right, okay, so Psychic phase, Force and Hammerhand on the Terminators there, Force on this unit here. We haven't tried to stop any of these. We'll see what else he's going to do. Alright, so Ben's got what he wanted here. Invisibility has been cast. We tried to stop it and couldn't. And then Psychic Shriek here, Ben activated it, but failed to do any damage. That's Psychic phase done. On to shooting now for the Grey Knights on turn 4. Right, so shooting for the Grey Knights, it's been pretty good. Not too much damage done here. Well, no damage done actually. But over here, Ben has burnt out the Banshees. There's only 3 of them left. The Exarch was killed. And the Warp Spiders have been burnt out and gone as well. So very good, yeah, we've passed morale. But very good manoeuvring there from Ben. Combats, that thing can't charge if it shunts. Okay, phew. But they can there. Yeah, Grey Knight Terminators, there's a Thunder Hammer in there, so yeah, they should be able to wreck. They're miles in, they've reached into combat there. So some damage going to be dished out here. They're firing down 2 rockets, Twin Las Cannon and the Typhoon Missile Launcher. But we jinked just 1 penetrating hit coming through. We are shaken. Alright, okay. We've got another potential charge here. Right, so 8 inches, plus 2 for going through cover. He's going to need a 9 here. 6, not quite enough, but they're getting dangerously close. Yeah, we can overwatch. So we will do a Wall of Death shot with the Flamer. That's D3 hits, 2 hits, 4s to wound, 1 save, 2+. Okay, and the 6 with, I think, no, that was the Bright Lance there, that missed as well. Alright, smoke billows up here from the Wave Serpent. It's been taken out in combat there. Hammerhand coming in handy for the Grey Knight Terminators as they charged in. So Grey Knight's definitely starting to even up the balance here. The Scorpions have had to disembark from their transport. They'll not be allowed to charge. Banshees in a mess and burning. Right, so that's the end of the phase there. So we've got a situation here. You've got 3 Grey Knight Terminators, an almost dead Dread Knight, and the Flyer now in support. And then we've got this untouchable unit here that keeps protecting itself with invisibility, sitting on the 3-point objectives. The game's not over yet. Eldar are going to hit hard again. They're going to have to not let this Grey Knight force. There's not many figures on the table, but for Grey Knights, that doesn't mean much because what they do have is very, very elite and tough as well. But we'll go on to the turn 4 for the Eldar. What can they do at this crucial point in the game? A good turn from them may well help to push on for victory. If they perform badly, the Grey Knights could grasp this game and not let it go. Right, and just one other thing here, the Banshees is actually screaming because they're on fire. Soul Blaze from the Dread Knight here. But no damage done, just on fire, but none of them dying as yet. Right, so movement for the Eldar on turn 4. Jetbike's just holding their position here, waiting for the battle to quieten down for hunting for objectives. Backing off here with the 2 Wraith Lords and the Fire Dragon's just trying to keep away from that untouchable unit. The Wave Serpent that's got Uriel inside, that's moved over 12 in this direction. Wraith Lord backing up here to lend some fire support against the Wraith, against the Dread Knight or against those Terminators. Scorpion is just going to stay where they are. Fire the pistols in either direction. Banshees moving up a few inches. Jetbikes join them in support. And then the Crimson Hunter has gone 36 inches, turning, moving up, and then Vector Dancing, turning again. And it's got a nice clear view against the Storm Ray. We're going to try and bring it down. So no Psychic phase for the Eldar. Going to go on to the shooting for them now on turn 4. Right, so we'll start off here. The Crimson Hunter will fire at the Storm Raven. So, are you going to jink?
Strength 7.
Strength 8.
Need 4s to 30.
4 shots, 2s to hit. Re-rolling armor penetration rolls.
Yeah, I'll jink.
Yeah, he's gonna jink. What are you looking at over there, Ben?
Corn.
Corn Demonkin, oh no. Right, so we're all up here, 2s to hit. We've missed with 1. 4s to do damage here. Okay, we're going to re-roll with those 2. Could be poor. Not bad, right. So 1 glancing hit to jink, 4+. No. And then 1 penetrating hit, 4+ to jink. No. Or the result here is 6, and we've got a crash and burn. A 3 becomes a 4. Alright, so 2 hull points, almost got it, but it's still mobile. And Ben has extra armor on there, so he'll be able to carry on next turn. Right, so next up, we're going to fire the Burning Benches. So, they need freeze, yeah. 6 for an AP2. Oh, a vengeful woman. So Ben needs to make an invuln save here. Would you believe it? The Burning Banshee with a pistol.
Yes.
He's passed there. Okay. Jet bikes then. Shuriken is handy. The AP2 ability is very, very helpful. And it's annoying, Ben. It's probably the most annoying part. They've all hit here. They're twin linked. 6s again, and there'll be trouble. Another 6. Another invulnerable save to make. So Ben, that's cock dice. It's 5+. It's a difficult roll. It's gone off the table. It's a 5+ roll here. A 1. The second Drag Knight is no more. Right, we've just fired the Sun Cannon here. It's been a valuable weapon here. And Ben's got 3 invuln saves to make on that unit. 3 hits. And he's passed 1 of them. 2 brought down by the Sun Cannon. It's reaped a heavy toll this game. Now we'll hand over to the Scorpions. They will try and pistol the last guy to death. So the Exarch here, 2 to hit. Yep. And then 9 guys. Just Shuriken is such a handy thing to have. They need 2s to hit with their Aspect Host formation. 6s are good.
1 6.
Okay, 1 6 and 2 regular saves. So 5+ invuln to stay alive. No, 2 saves is fouled, 1 to 1. Terminator's eliminated. So Eldar picking off Grey Knights here. In fact, we're looking at 1 Storm Raven that's almost dead, and then the untouchable unit sitting on the objective here. So Eldar mopping up action has been pretty effective. So we'll took a bit of other shooting, a bit of snap firing to do. See if we can pick off a paladin. Alright, so shooting finished. We tried firing here, a couple of hits coming on 6s, but no damage done on that unit. Really, that invisibility, brilliant psychic power to have to protect that unit. So that is the shooting finish. There's no assaults here, so we will go on to turn 5 for the Grey Knights. Ben's happy to carry on. This unit has a lot of potential. Ben could split it up. With the Librarian can move away there, Drago can go out, and he's sitting on a 3-pointer just there, and he still has the Storm Raven that can fire at full effect. So turn 5 coming up next for the Grey Knights. Right, so movement for the Grey Knights on turn 5. The Storm Raven moving across here is going to fire down possibly at the Wave Serpent or at the Wraith Knight. And then moving up a little bit here with this unit as well. We're going to go on to Psychic phase now for the Grey Knights on turn 5. Stop! Oh no! No! Uh-oh. Uh-oh, but the Eldar were waiting for this to happen, and it's happened. Ben has tried to cast invisibility here on 5 dice, and he's rolled 2 1s and 3 2s. They'll not be invisible this turn. The Eldar could take this opportunity and really dish out some damage. All hail the Sun Cannon. Oh no. Oh dear. But some subscribers have been saying, don't take the Sun Cannon, it's terrible waste, you have to take the Wraith Cannons and so on, but we are mighty glad we have that Sun Cannon to call upon. Nice range, and Strength 6 AP2 blast. 3 of them is excellent. So We'll carry on with the psychic phase here. That is very, very eventful.
False.
He's going to try and cast False.
Yes.
He gets that. We'll let him have that. I don't think we're going to try and approach him in combat. We'll just try and shoot. Psychic Shriek. We blocked it. He got one. Activated it with 1 dice. We blocked it on a 6. So that is the psychic phase done. Frustrating. And an opening here. A chink in the armour has appeared in this invincible unit. And the Eldar may be able to exploit it. We'll have to see. Stormraven has a choice to make. Surely the Wraith Knight. Has he got enough firepower to take it out? Yeah, he does. He can split fire. He's got a las cannon, Typhoon, 2 shots, 2 missiles. Yeah, he could, on incredible rolling, bring it down.
What's your armour say?
3+.
So it penetrates your armour. You just get your feel no pain, don't you?
Yeah. If you're accurate enough, if Ben rolls excellently, potentially he could bring the Wraith Knight down.
Right. A Typhoon of that.
Oh, he's going to split fire. It's just a wave serpent.
And everything else at that thing.
Okay. He's declared it here, so what are you going to fire first?
Right, the rockets.
Rockets at this?
Yep. The Typhoon one at the front.
Yep, at that one. Okay, 2 shots.
2 hits.
2 hits. Oh, they could have struck the Wraith Knight. And only one would have wounded the Wraith Knight. But anyway, we'll focus here on him. Right, so we're not jinking here.
See what happens.
So it's penetrating hit. 2+, it will go down to glancing. Yes, it does. So a whole point dealt out on the Wave Serpent. It stays alive thanks to the Serpent Shield. Yeah, now the last cannon shot twin linked at the Wraith Lord.
Yeah.
He's got his hit. Freeze to wound, strength 9. Just about. 5+ in 1. No. 5+ feel no pain. No, so that's a wound. And then he's got 2 rockets that he can fire. The last 2 rockets,
So it is.
they both hit. Strength 8, falls to wound. Failed with 1. It's AP2, so 5+ in 1. No, 5+ feel no pain. No, it's 2 wounds dealt out in total there. So we're looking at a total of 4 wounds now on the Wraith Knight. He has been gravely wounded there, but still alive. That's the crucial part. Just a little bit of shooting here now with these guys. Right, so shooting down here, it's Stormbolt of firepower coming through and has wiped out the Fire Dragons. Another Eldar unit destroyed. So it's certainly not been a walkover for the Eldar, and the game is still on, but we're going to hand over to Eldar now on their turn 5. We'll see what they can do. The game could end at the end of this turn. Priority really is to bring down that Stormraven, and then to try and take on the elite unit here. Right, so moving for the Eldar on turn 5. They sense their opportunity here. Both Wraith Lords surging ahead, ready to burn the Paladins there, and then coming across, jet bikes moving up. Potentially the game could end, so we're getting in position ready. Wave Serpent moving on to the 4-point objective there of Uriel still in his side. The Crimson Hunter, it's done well. Good patrolling from it in this game. It has moved up to try and bring down the flyer there. Maybe a crash and burn wouldn't be too good because there's a lot of Eldar stuff underneath. The Wraith Knight just getting in position to Sun Cannon the monkeys out of that Paladin unit, and then the Burning Banshees are holding the 3-point objective, still burning but alive and screaming, and then the jet bikes here moving up to try and boost through to the 2-point objective, and then Scorpions filtering through to the 2-point objective there. So Eldar beginning to get in position now. We'll go on to the shooting phase here for the Eldar on turn 5. Right, okay.
So it's either your flamer
So,
or your
yeah. So 1 flamer will do with that Wraith Lord. That's 4 hits. Falls to wound. Yeah, going to ask Ben to make 2 saves of 2+.
Fine.
Yeah. 1 Bright Lance shot coming through. Freeze to hit. Always miss with that. Then this guy, he'll do a flamer as well, and he can catch 2. So 2 shots, 2 hits, and 2 wounds. 2 saves of 2+. Oh, one wound. Okay, so that's 1 wound dealt out. 1 Bright Lance shot. 6. Fails to wound. Very frustrating for the Eldar there. So we're going to turn to the Sun Cannon. We'll see how effective it can be. Right. So we've just done a template here. 1 missed wildly, 2 hit quite well. Total of 8 hits. 2s to wound. Yeah, 7 invulnerable saves of 5+. It's a real opportunity here to cause damage. They've got 2 wounds each, so it won't be instant death. But Ben has lost 3 paladins there. Alright, so we've resolved that there. 3 paladins brought down. That's pretty nasty. We'll ask for a leadership check. I don't know if they're fearless. Right, so they're happy enough. But the other took their chances. About the best chance that we had. And they have caused a fair amount of damage. Do we want to charge? That's the question. Ben says may as well. The Eldar may have other ideas. But we'll have to see. Right, so shooting here. Jet bikes boosting out onto the 1-point objective there. Boosting out to the 2-point objective there. So Eldar just manoeuvring themselves. We ran a few inches here with the benches. Ran a few inches or 4 inches here with the Scorpions as they sit on a 2-point objective just there. And then finally we'll fire the Crimson Hunter here to try and bring down the last hull point on the flight. So we want 2s to hit. We get 3. It's going to jink. I take it you would jink. Yeah. Failed. We get to reroll those. Sky Hunter. Oh, shocker. Right, so no damage done there. But Ben's jinked, which helps to some degree. But he's staying alive, which is annoying. So he could try and seize an objective with that. And let off some firepower. A little bit of shooting left, actually. The Wave Serpent here. We could fire up and try and take out the last hull point in that thing. Or we could fire across here. We'll try and do a lucky hit on this. It'd be so satisfying to bring it down. Jinking. 6s for hits. 2.
I'm jinking.
We'll reroll. Almost 3 hits there. And then 6s for a glancing hit. Come on. No. Right, failed. Okay. Right, what do you want me to do?
Charge me.
Charge me. So we'll charge here with the 2 Wraith Lords onto the assault phase. Ben's saying he can't do any damage on Overwatch. Not strong enough.
I've only got Stormbolters.
Stormbolters only, right. So this Wraith Lord. 7. I don't know. No. Ignore cover. He's in.
He gets moved through cover.
Yeah, and this guy. Oh, you need to join your friend. I knew only one of them would make it in, but only one Wraith Lord has made it in. So we've got a combat going on here. That may have been a bad move. But I suppose Ben may well have charged. So it's our turn. I will challenge the Librarian.
Can you challenge?
Yeah, so Wraith Lord is a character. We've issued a challenge to the Librarian. A bit of a tactical move. He's declining. Okay, so step back. So I will hit Drago initiative 10 with Hammer of Wrath. 1 wound. It's just a normal save, a 2+. Yeah, it's fine. So Ben saved that on a 4. So Ben will strike first here at initiative 5 with Drago in the challenge. This isn't going to go well. This is not going to go well. So Ben's going to roll up his attacks. 3s to hit. He gets 3 hits. Another attack for counter attack. No hit. Okay, 3 hits. Well, Mastercrafted. Okay, Mastercrafted hit coming in there. So 4 hits now in total.
Strength 4 plus 3.
Strength 7. AP2. So 5s to wound. He's got 1 wound. Is it false?
Yes.
I'm dead then. Right, that was painful. Wraith Lord's gone. That was force there that Ben had on the unit, and the Wraith Lord has gone. And now he's moving up. He fancies the other Wraith Lord. So a bit of satisfaction here at the end for the Grey Knights, but there's not too much of them left. All right, so Ben's happy to leave it there. I think he's trying to avoid the wipeout. So we'll calculate victory points. I think the Eldar have secured it pretty well, but it's been a good fight between the 2 forces, but in the end it's the Eldar have outmaneuvered the Grey Knights here, and some excellent shooting from them has caused a lot of casualties. So Ben's going to get Linebreaker here, actually, so there's a point there. Just 1 point. He was on the 3-point objective, but he's too far away. And then for the Eldar, we have Linebreaker with the jet bikes. We got First Blood as well, so that's 2 points. And then for objectives, there's a point over there, that's 3 points. 5 points in total now for that 2-point objective. This 4-point objective makes it 9 points. This 3-point objective makes it 12 points, and this 2-point objective makes it 14 points to 1. So at this stage, a very clear victory to the Eldar, and we think that the Grey Knights just wouldn't have the endurance to stand any chance of victory. So the Eldar have won it here in this encounter. It was difficult to call in the early stages of the game, and definitely the Grey Knights looked, at the start at least, to be the domineering force. But in the end, Eldar trickery has paved the way for an Eldar victory, and they remain on their throne, the kings of the channel at the moment. Who can beat them? We'll have to see how well they do in the future. But yeah, Ben's saying there are a number of new armies on the way on this channel, so times of change are ahead, and the dominance of the Eldar is not a certainty. So as the days darken and the taint of chaos grows ever stronger, the light of the Eldar grows ever dim. But for now, the Eldar are on the throne. Proud and arrogant they remain, and they presume that they will remain on the throne forevermore. But we know that that will not be the case. It's only a matter of time before their reign of power comes crashing down. But there it is, good game, enjoyable game. It's a fast-moving and vicious one, Grey Knights against Eldar, and it's been a nice piece of terrain that we fought across here, nice, lush and green. But it's been on this table that the Eldar have secured a very convincing win against one of the strongest armies that we have on the channel. So thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Alright, units of the game for both sides. Wraith Knight with the Sun Cannon, definitely. He reaped a heavy toll on the Terminators. That AP2 weaponry becoming very, very handy indeed. Then, for the Grey Knights, it's a good, tough unit here. It's good survivability, especially with the help they receive from the Librarian. But Ben's going to give it to the Dreadnought, the one with the Flamer weapon that moved around the table, burning out different units. That did quite well. But that's units of the game for both of these forces.